Okay, welcome everyone to our live feed of roadway conditions after last night's snowstorm. Chris O'Connell coming to you. Martin riding shotgun. Actually, I'm riding shotgun. Martin's driving. We wanted to give you a stream tonight to show you road conditions because all day we've been covering the snow that fell last night, early morning road conditions, and then throughout the day, PennDOT municipalities were out clearing the roads, did a great job. But now, throughout the day, throughout the evening, the temperature has now dropped, and everything that the snow is now refreezing, and we're seeing a lot of that right now. Right now it's 23 degrees. Just to give you a little idea, let me just punch up my camera. We're coming to you live from we call this the Weather Beast. It's a large F-150 loaded with all kinds of equipment. Main thing about it, it's nice and heavy. Gets us through the snow, gets us through flooding. And you see, that's literally the road conditions as we speak. That's our tire cam. So let's go back outside to our camera. We are now 322 in the Glen Mills area on our way to Chichester, headed, would that be eastbound? Headed east towards I-95. So we were kind of out near Chadds Ford, Baltimore Pike, Concordville area. If we see, here's some salt trucks. A salt truck, I think that was. If you take a look at the roads now, you see they look wet. They're really not wet. That's a nice glaze over some of these icy patches, especially when you go over a bridge like we're on right now, and off ramps and on ramps, and especially right here. Let me go in. It's the shoulders. So this is what I saw coming in on I-95 earlier today. The roads were clear, but it looked like when the drivers were maybe hit a little patch of ice on the side where it wasn't plowed, it spun them out. And I saw 3 spin-outs on the way from Delaware County to on I-95 on my way to Old City earlier on today. So we're just giving a ride. Nothing major happening. I am on YouTube for those of you who want to chime in on YouTube right now. Hello, Laurie. Hello, Sagittarius. Peter. No, this is not 76 right now. We are on 322 coming up to Chichester area. Chichester near Aston, coming up to 322 and 95 in a couple miles from now. Where is it where you guys are? It looked like everyone got snow and maybe even some sleet on top of that. So everyone got a little something. First time in 700 something days that we did not have snow, a measurable snow. So this was a little bit of a reacclimation for a lot of people. Not only for people out on the roads, but kids at school. Some had a snow day today. Some had early. Actually, we are already getting reports of delays tomorrow. School delays, 2-hour delays. I know Wallingford, Swarthmore, that's my kids' school district. There are a number of delays and cancellations. Philadelphia. Here, let me go into of what I know right now. So over 145 schools were closed or delayed today. Some got up to 4 inches of snow. Here is a latest. I'm just going to go through the. Whoa. See, that guy almost ran into us. He was sliding. You almost saw Marty driving. He almost caught a little accident on. But see, that's all the wheels locked up on that guy as he was coming to a stop. And this is what we're talking about. It's these intersections that the roads are fine, but the intersections still may be snow covered. So let me just go back to it. Really, there's a lot of delays tomorrow morning. I'm just looking at the A through D's here. Abington, Avon Grove, Barrington, Belmar, Bensalem, Black Horse Pike Regional School District, Boyertown, Brandywine. All 2 hours, opening 2 hours late tomorrow. Bucks County School of Beauty Culture, no evening classes. Buna Regional District opening 2 hours late tomorrow. Burlington County Special Services School District 2 hours late. Burlington Township School District, Camden County Tech, Centennial School District, Central Bucks School District, Cherry Hill School District, Chester Upland, Chichester Kinder School, Cinnaminson, City of Burlington Public School District 2 hours late. Clearview Regional School District 2 hours late. Clementon, Coatesville. You get the picture here. Huge. I mean, it just goes down. Vineland. I mean, there are a lot of school districts. There's, check with your school district if you have any questions. There's a really good idea, a really good chance that your district will be delayed tomorrow. Luckily, no. I don't think we have any closures yet. Have we been on 76 all day? Yeah, 76. I wasn't at, but I saw our traffic cameras on 76. Again, it seems like the major roads, they do a really good job with the major roads. It's the secondary and tertiary roads that people are going to have a little bit of problem with. Keep in mind, now the temperature even got colder. It's 22 degrees. So everything that fell last night and didn't get picked up, that's going to refreeze or most likely has refrozen. Is pouring hot water to melt the driveway a good idea or not? Marty says no. It's just going to freeze, right? That's just going to freeze, yeah. You want to shovel it off. Salt or calcium to put on your driveway after you shovel. So no, pouring hot water, not a good idea. Yeah, we have a producer, our executive producer. Yeah, we're going to go down a secondary road just to give you an idea of the difference. So we're in the Garnet Valley area. We're on Bethel Avenue right now, just south of 322. And you could see, these roads were...
It's not very good. Too slippery.
But you can see they're still covered. Patchy ice. Is this covered, right? I mean,
Yeah, it's covered.
Yeah. What happens is they get the plow down, and sometimes if it doesn't scrape to the very bottom, this is what you're left with, a kind of a sheet of packed snow. And under that could be black ice. We're going about 13 miles an hour. just to give you an idea of what the roads are looking like.
Off in the neighborhood here.
Pull off in the neighborhood, when you get on these major roads, these bigger roads that are plowed, and this one actually looks pretty good. It's getting to the major roads, getting to the plowed roads that are hard. This road right here looks pretty good. Yeah, we're definitely being careful. When we do these things, we make sure we drive this vehicle, real heavy vehicle. Pretty much this vehicle was made for this kind of weather coverage. It's really heavy. It's got big tires on it. It's got the front grille, and it's got all kinds of technology in it in terms of the camera angles and things like that. We have several different cameras I'll show you. That's one of our cameras. That's another camera of our dashboard. That's our reporter camera, and we even have one to show you the roads. When we talk about roads, you can't get much closer than that. You can't get much closer than showing you the tires on the roads. That's our tire camera. So back out here live in the, I guess we're in the Upper Chichester-ish area, Jefferson Avenue. If you're in this neighborhood, hello. A couple other issues for travel-wise. I know Philadelphia Airport had a ground stop today because of the ice and equipment issues. There were a lot of delays, some cancellations. I think things are getting better down at the airport, but best thing to do is call your airline on this. I'm going to try to look up the airport flight information right now at Philadelphia International Airport. De-icing is something that they were doing most of the day there of these flights that were leaving. That was part of the delays. They had a parade of aircraft that had to be ready and get ready for de-icing. So as I look at quite a few delays at Philadelphia International Airport tonight. Arrivals coming in from Aruba, coming in from Los Angeles, coming in from Cancun, Phoenix, Chicago, St. Thomas, Tampa, Atlanta, San Juan, Puerto Rico, Orlando, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach, North Carolina, Charlotte, Orlando again, Cancun again, Boston. These are delayed. Flight, American Airlines flight from Los Angeles, flight 513 canceled, flight 14929 in from Denver canceled. So obviously the weather still impacting flights in and out of Philadelphia International Airport, and it's not just because of the weather we're having on the tarmac and runways here in Philly, but it's also other places that got hit with some bad weather. The Westies out there watching on YouTube, thank you. Is it true we're getting more snow this Thursday, Friday? Yep, we heard from our Fox 29 Weather Authority, Kathy Orr, Scott Williams, telling us that we believe Thursday night into Friday, another storm, and it could be more than what we had now. That is all I know right now. I know over the next couple hours, Kathy and Scott are putting together their forecast So tune in tonight. Yep, take a look right in front of us. Tow truck. Not sure if it was a wreck or anything, but you have to assume in conditions like this, the tow trucks are out. Saw a few cars in ditches. As you can see, the sign right there, we're along 452 and I-95. Yeah, we're headed back on the 322, and you can see this is what I was talking about. Look at these are the on ramps and off ramps. See, once you get to the road, fine, but once you're a little slippery when you're making these turns. So be careful. The salt trucks are out. PennDOT was out all day. Plowing it first, then with the salt later on. They kind of knew this was going to happen with the temperatures dropping. But if you were out in it earlier today, like I was shoveling my driveway in Delaware County, and it was, I thought it was going to be this light, fluffy snow. It was actually kind of heavy. They call it that Widowmaker snow. Shoveling the driveways. It could. We've seen a lot of heart attacks happen. So be careful if you're out shoveling. Hopefully that's been done by now. Look at the big parking lot over here to the right. This is where they actually import a lot and export a lot of the cars in our area. That imagine getting the snow off all those cars. So yeah, those are the cars that they haul by train to and from the port of Philadelphia. That's how they kind of import the cars in, and they keep them there. And a little fun fact for you. See some people we have on YouTube right now chiming in. If you have any comments, anything, shout me out on YouTube. I'm here. I'm also looking at our Delaware County dispatch page that gives us all of the EMS calls, fire calls, any emergency calls. And I've been monitoring that just to see any car accidents, road closures. But actually what I'm seeing a lot now is exactly what I was talking about. A lot of cardiac emergencies. No doubt people are out shoveling their driveways. And I'm also seeing a lot of falls. People slipping on the ice on their way in or out of buildings. So a lot of EMS calls for people falling down and cardiac emergencies, which is not uncommon after a snowstorm. You know, typically what we had, 1 inch, 3 inches, maybe up to 4 inches in some areas. You know, it's winter. We get this kind of thing, but a little bit different with this storm is we haven't had it in so long. So I think a lot of people were, I don't know, they kind of forgot, maybe became complacent. There have been a lot of people, believe it or not, over the last 700 days who have become new drivers as well. Teenagers over the past couple of years who've maybe gotten their driver's licenses since the pandemic and have never experienced driving in the snow before. So we have those people out. So be careful if you're out. As you can see, dry conditions, but you could definitely tell when you cross some of these bridges, it gets a little bit more glazy. Not ice. I don't think it's black ice, but it's definitely slick spots. You could just tell with the shiny roadway. Once again, we have over 120 school closings, delays, and cancellations you want to go to our website, fox29.com, you could check out, we have a running list of all of those. If you even want to chime in and ask me, I could probably look that up for you if you need that on YouTube. Frank's telling us shoveling sidewalks has been wonderful in the city. Now, yep, and that's what I was just talking about, Frank. They got to do something about the slush piles, because what happens to those slush piles freeze, and people who need to cross the crosswalk. And it's also a good reminder for people, shovel your sidewalks. If that is expected of you, if you're supposed to, and I'm pretty sure in the city of Philadelphia it's required. If you have a sidewalk, it's within a day or so of a storm, it must be cleared. So do yourself, your neighbors, a solid, and shovel that driveway and sidewalk. And it's so much easier, trust me, by experience, it's so much easier to do it once, like shortly after the snow has ended, rather than before it freezes back up again or goes for a couple days and people are walking on it, and then you just never get it as clear as you want. So yeah, I remember it's been a while, but I kind of got back today. I have my snow boots on and have my snow shovel out. Are there community resources that can provide free shovels? I do not know that, Bex. I don't know. It'd be nice if they did. If I hear of any, I will certainly let you know. So right now we're getting on to the Blue Route from I-95. So we are in like the Eddystone area, Upland, Woodland area. So we're coming up to the McDade Boulevard exit. You see, that's 95, I-95 going right under us. So we are now on the Blue Route, northbound I-476, as we take a drive in the icy conditions. We're taking you along for the ride with us. Martin Ryman driving, Chris O'Connell here, the passenger seat. We're speaking with drivers who are out there tonight. Talked to one guy on his way to work. Said it's been so long he didn't even have a ice scraper. I guess he did though. He must have found one. His car was still snow covered. Also spoke with another guy who drove from Harrisburg to Westchester, and he said the roads were great. It's just when he got on the pardon me, when he got on the smaller roads, that's when it got a little worse. So we kind of been up and down the Blue Route over the last few hours, Martin and I, and we're seeing much the same. The main roads, decent, snow covered. There's definitely some icy patches you could see along the road, but it's the shoulders right there that you don't want to get caught up in, because all the plowed and there's still some ice right there. I know PennDOT plow salt trucks concentrating on the lanes itself. But if it was wet earlier, it's frozen right now. Beck's Rock, I just did a little quick research. Depending on your municipality, you may be able to get a snow shovel. Contact the local county or city Department of Emergency Management. They may be able to provide one. I know Camden County has done that in the past. They didn't advertise it per se, but I think if they were able to get a shovel if they absolutely need it. So your Office of Emergency Management, try them. It's probably your best bet. So far so good on the roads. Area road conditions right now fairly good, but just be careful. All the snow that fell last night, road crews did a heck of a job getting it off the roads. Especially, remember, they haven't done this in a couple years either. So we're all a little getting used to this again. But everything that fell pushed off to the side. Now that is ice. Temperature now 24 degrees as we're along the Blue Route in Delaware County. Coming up, I believe, on the Springfield exit. We just got another update on, within the last few minutes, a bunch of schools have let us know that they are opening 2 hours late tomorrow. So I would have to say a majority of schools in our viewing area, in the Philadelphia viewing area, are going to be 2 hours late tomorrow. Check with your district. I would do the same for if you work at county courts. If you work at any government building, check tomorrow. You might be going and work a little later. Because whatever's freezing now is not going to warm up or melt overnight. It's the temperature's just not going to get that much warmer. Looking at our thermometer in the truck now, it's 23 degrees. As we're getting off, should be Route 1, right?
Yes.
Route 1 in Delaware County. Headed towards Springfield, headed towards the Upper Darby area. Actually, we're going to be headed towards the Media area, Lima, Media. Thanks again for everyone for watching, tuning in. Chris O'Connell and Martin Ryman on the road in our Weather Beast. We call it our Weather Beast. It's because it's a vehicle that's made for this kind of coverage. We love it, this kind of coverage. It keeps us safe while still able to cover the news and give you the pictures that you want to see. And honestly, not a whole lot happening. We wanted to show you tonight. We talked about how there's going to be a refreeze of roads, and we're certainly seeing that. The good news is we're not really seeing too much effects. People are taking it slow. Not a ton of people out on the roads. Peggy watching from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Thanks for tuning in. I don't think you guys got any snow down there. Although I'm checking the weather in Myrtle Beach right now, it's kind of chilly down there. 47 degrees, Myrtle Beach. So, guys are having a little cold front. Where's everyone checking in from tonight? I heard Myrtle Beach. Who else? Who's on YouTube? Check in. Love to hear from you. We're just driving around tonight, looking at conditions on area roads. We've stopped at a couple Wawas, talked to a couple drivers. Now we're getting off exit. I believe this is maybe 252. Headed back towards Media. And you can see that, as I was talking about, that icy glaze over that. That's like, it's not a complete sheet of ice, but it's ice. Because, and this is what I was talking about when these corners on the off ramps and on ramps, over the bridges. Like here, this is a bridge right here, and that's going to freeze a lot quicker. And you could see the median here. It's still there's still snow. You might also notice our camera there. Watch, it'll probably flip back to like a color mode. When it gets too dark, it goes to a kind of a night vision, black and white, picks up contrast a lot better. So it does that automatically. You'll probably see it come back. And you see these roads when it comes out of parking lots or other streets. That's again where we're seeing. That's where we almost got hit about 20 minutes ago on 322. This is a car was coming out to our right, tried to slow down, locked its brakes, and skidded almost in front of us. I have been monitoring local traffic maps too. We believe, I know, there are some fender benders, but no major road closures right now. Hold on, let me see if there's... Yeah, no major backups. Schuylkill, there's some slow going on the Schuylkill Expressway. This is 5 Points in Media, Jackson Street, Providence Road, all meet. Peggy, originally from Delco. Consider you family. Yeah, although again, we keep saying it. This is what, although the plows were out, you're going to see a lot of the junk left over. See some of those sidewalks still snow covered.
I'll jump back in the neighborhood here.
Yeah, this camera's a lot smarter than I am. So we're in the borough of Media, Delaware County right now, the county seat. And even though the plows have been out, you could see still snow packed and snow covered. Some of the cars still having their snow on top of them, which brings up another good point. Marty and I were on 95 today, and another good reminder, it actually should be the very first reminder, is clearing the snow and ice off of your roof. We see it all too many times. Tractor trailers down to little cars that forget to get the snow off the roof, and then once they get going on a highway, they are flying projectiles. See, like that snow's just going to come off that car at some point if they don't. I almost bought that house, actually. I did. So, yeah, do yourself a favor, and more so, do your commuter neighbor a favor. Get the snow off the top of your car if you haven't already. So if you're with us right now, we are in Media, Pennsylvania, driving through the streets, giving you a little bit of tour, taking you along for the ride with us, showing you road conditions. They're not horrible, but they are not great. I know you probably have heard this one or two times. If you don't need to go out, don't go out. I think we're legally required to say that, aren't we? By the FCC. Someone out in the cold weather, they walking the dog. Nice frosty 22 degrees in Media, Delaware County. We're coming up to, that there is Media Elementary School. You'll see behind, coming up the Media Theater there. So this is State Street in Media. This is kind of the main drag. If you know it, it's a very popular street filled with restaurants, coffee shops, and boutiques and whatnot. Also the 101 trolley comes down this main street, one of the few one-track trolleys that go down through a main street in the United States. Little fun fact. But you could still see it's still snow-packed and still snow-covered, especially in some of the parking spots and intersections. And that's what's frozen right now. That's all pretty much packs of ice right now. I don't know officially how much they got here in Media, but it looks like actually the trolley's not running. It looks like the bus might be running in its place. Sometimes that's what happens with weather delays. Not sure if it's weather related or not. But yeah, beautiful State Street in Media. It's one of my favorite streets. We're going to go around the block. And actually, right up there, let me see if I can see it. Don't go anywhere, Marty. Right up there is our Fox 29 camera.
Yep, there it is. Good job.
So when you see Kathy and Scott talking about the weather and Media, let's go to our Media camera. It's right there on top of the building. See, stick with me. Get all kinds of fun facts here.
I did not know that. That sculpture, Martin Luther King up there.
Oh yeah, they had a really great event here. Was it still out there, Ice Sculpture?
Yeah.
They had a great event here this weekend called Ice on State, where it was just 2 full days of ice sculptures and games, and really cool event. They had it last year for the first time. Media always got something going on. Baltimore Pike right now, Media, Pennsylvania. See the Townhouse restaurant there. It's always, and you can still see, even though this is a main drag, it's still got some ice and some snow and some packing down. Probably some black ice under there. You know, we haven't been slipping around at all, but we certainly saw a couple people sliding. Everyone's kind of taking it easy and slow, though, from what we can understand. Earlier today, as I was saying, we saw a couple spin-outs along I-95. State police were really busy this afternoon. I think it must have been the temperature dropped really fast later this afternoon, because all of a sudden, on my way into work, 95 was just packed. There's just spin-outs after spin-outs. And I'll have some of that video tonight on at 10 o'clock. Yeah, I don't know if Media got a little more. I'm not sure how much we got, but you could still see. Does it?
Looks like
Yeah.
it.
And right down that road, how about some local history? Right down that road, Jonah Jackson lives. Jonah Jackson plays for the Detroit Lions, I'm sorry, and will be playing in the divisional round this week. He you know how they introduce them in the beginning of the game? Hi, he says, I'm Jonah Jackson, Meady Elementary School. He mentioned Meady Elementary, which is great. So right now we are on Providence Road 252 and Baltimore Pike. There's a Wawa over here, Starbucks across the street. This is a very, very busy intersection. In terms of roads, it's pretty clear, but again, it's these intersections leading into parking lots, leading into other secondary roads where you may see some slip sliding. We're going to stay on this feed until about 9 o'clock for those of you just joining us. Appreciate it. We just thought that since we were covering the roads tonight, certainly after the snow last night, especially since we haven't gotten a lot of it, we wanted to see how the roads were tonight. And like I said earlier today, there were quite a few accidents. So it definitely caught people off guard. And Scott and Kathy were telling us it's not going to get any warmer. So what you see is what you get in terms of the frozen standing water, anything, the ponding that's now frozen. And it's probably going to be like this, probably not much of a change for the early morning commute. So if you're listening to me and you're going to work tomorrow, take a few extra minutes, warm that car up, make sure if you have some salt on the driveway or your sidewalks, throw that out tonight. Might have heard me say there are many, I think we're up to over 150 school closures, or I'm sorry, school delays tomorrow, including the Philadelphia School District and many others. So go to our website. Our website has a story on it called Philadelphia School Closings, Delays, Cancellations. Go to that school closings link, and there is a huge list. We updated it 1 minute ago of all of the delays, up-to-date closings and delays. You can go to our website, fox29.com, right there on the front page. The story is there, so check it out. I tried reading a bunch of them, it just got too long. So long story short, there's a very good chance you have a delay tomorrow. Hopefully that will allow school buses a little extra time to thaw out, allow road crews to get some extra salt on the roads. Marty, they're asking, how fast are we going in relation to the speed limit?
About 10 miles an hour under.
We're going about 10 miles an hour under the speed limit. Right now we're going 45 miles an hour.
It looks a lot faster on camera.
It may look a lot faster. These people may look like they're going. No, we're going 45 miles an hour. Number one, we're not in any rush. We're really not going anywhere. Our job tonight was to look at roads. So our destination is the journey. So So we're not in any rush to get anywhere, and partially we want to keep it slow, not only for our safety, of course, but also to get some pictures and show you what's going on. Again, another impact here today, flight delays at Philadelphia International Airport, not just here, but other places. Go to phl.org for any flight information. But I could say just by a look at, I hardly see any on-time flights, to be honest with you. At Philly International tonight. There's maybe a handful of flights that are arriving on time. Checking departures. West Palm canceled. Bangor, Maine canceled. Atlanta delayed. So there are a few departures delayed and canceled. I don't have all the numbers in terms of canceled flights today. But arrivals seem to be impacted a little bit more this evening at Philadelphia International Airport. Of course, they were out all day de-icing planes. We heard from actually our videographer. I don't know. Should I bring that up? Should I bring it up? All right, I'm going to bring it up. Only because our videographer, Starling, went to the Eagles game yesterday. And not only did he have to suffer through that and witness that garbage firsthand, but he also had to stay longer because his flight from Tampa got canceled. So Starling, if you're listening, sorry, buddy. At least it's a little warmer in Tampa, but that's the last place I want to be right now. Ugh. After last night's game. Ugh. Brutal. Brutal. Nick, or I'm sorry, not Nick, Nerd. Hey, Nerd. Yes, expect the streets to be like this in the morning. I think PennDOT and local road crews are out here. We actually haven't seen a ton, have we? Seen a couple. Haven't seen a ton because most of them were out. Yeah, they're probably getting rest because they were out last night. But they are out here laying down the salt, and I don't know how at one point does salt not work. Sometimes it gets too cold for it to actually work, but I think it still can work in this temperature. But they really needed to do it because that snow that came down last night, hitting warm ground, melted, and all that melted snow is now iced over, and you could see that icy glaze on the roads, not only on the roads but in the medians, that snow and ice pack that hasn't been cleared, but everyone seems to be taking their time. The Blue Route tonight was closed in one direction for about an hour or so because of a crash. Several spin outs in 95 we actually took video of. Might be some straight ahead. Looks like we might see some salt trucks or something ahead. We're in the Eddystone area right now. Well, we're in Eddystone. Chester Pike and Bullens Lane. See some lights ahead here.
University crosswalks.
What's that?
Those trucks are. Couldn't tell if they're crosswalks light flashing. No, but they're trucks. Something.
I don't know if these are salt trucks, Judge. It looks like they may be power trucks. Not sure if this is weather related or not, but I can tell you, if you don't have power, That's a weather story. Or you don't have heat.
Okay, looks like we got turned around.
Let's pull up to it. See what we got. Is that tree? Is that wires down? Across the...
We have a pole that broke.
Hold on. Is that a pull down?
Yeah, pole.
All right, so yeah, this has to be, well, it's got to be weather related, right?
Yeah, probably.
So it looks like we have a pole down, a utility pole down here in Eddystone. Not sure I'll get a. I know we're right off of Bullen's Lane here. You see the pole right into the middle of the street with those wires down. Probably ice. I'd have to guess it was ice that caused this. You see power crews out. Not sure of any power outages. We could only guess that there is some local power outages.
He's got to adjust the ones that are going to move.
I'm going to let those guys do their work. We just saw some flashing lights we want to show. So Eddystone Avenue and 12th Street. If you were around here, Eddystone Avenue, 12th Street, your power might be out. Although it looks like the power is on at least this apartment building. Yeah, these parking lots still snow covered. You can hear, at least from the crackling of the ice on our tires. See if we can get another little.
Yeah, the cars down across the road.
So
Yeah, broken pole.
hold on. Just stay here for a second. Look at that. You can actually see the ice on the wires. So is that Pico? I don't know if that's Pico Trucks, but I think this is Pico service territory. I know they have had a lot of linemen in from
Verizon.
Okay, so that's a Verizon truck.
So it may not have been power lines. Yeah, these are all Verizon trucks.
All right, so possibly good news, or at least better news, is these are Verizon trucks. So maybe there's not power that's down, maybe just communications, phone lines, cable lines. But anyway, if you're at Eddystone, you're having any issues, or you see flashing lights, that's the reason. Eddystone Avenue and 12th. There's the issue. So we're around that. Looks like we got some road closed. We'll get around this. We did not stop and talk. We wanted to let those guys work, but we could only assume it was ice on the utility lines. Yeah, you can actually see the ice building up, and these long lines and these ice and the buildup, that's heavy stuff. So that wouldn't take much to bring down those lines. Of course, last week we were dealing with more than 200,000 power outages in our area. The ground was soaking, saturated. It took a few days for power to get back. Many people in Chester, Delaware County, without power. Delaware, New Jersey, I was there. I know people, there were a couple homes there that were condemned because of floodwaters. And now a couple days later, the snowstorm, and we got a couple savesies there. It is officially winter. We're seeing savesies. And this is where you really need to be careful, because these low-lying areas where water seems to flow, that's all slushy ice right there. So the good news is we haven't really seen too much major problems on the roads. I'm looking at our traffic maps right now. Not a whole lot going on. Yeah, all the major arteries seem to be flowing all right. Like I said, a lot of people kind of taking some good advice and staying off the roads. I don't know what it's like to drive one of those in the snow.
Not fun.
Excuse me, I gotta take a drink of water. So once again, Chris O'Connell, Martin Ryman coming to you from the Weather Beast of Fox 29. This is our mobile weather vehicle. Big Ford F-150, heavy with a lot of equipment, a lot of cameras to keep you updated on what we're doing and where we're going. Tonight's assignment was to go out on the roads, to check out the any refreezing of last night's storm, especially since we haven't had significant snowfall for, I think the number was 716 days. So we wanted to get out and show you what's going on, how people are still dealing with it, especially since the temperature dropped significantly over since this morning. It's now 23 degrees, at least where we are. So anything that fell overnight is just going to stick there. Oh, wait, hold on for a second. Just since I got to give a shout out. That's my cousins, Suker and Sons. If you're listening, concrete business. Give them a little plug. I've been out. I don't want to be that guy. Too cold out there. The wind's blowing. I don't know what the wind chill is. So we're here in Eddystone. We're at 11th and Seville, where it probably looks much like where you are. Major roads are fairly clear. Secondary roads could use some work. And if you haven't cleaned off your car yet, it's going to be a little harder tomorrow because it's just now going to be a big chunk of ice. We've been going, really slow, staying, within the speed limit, obviously, just for a number of reasons to stay safe. Looks like people doing a pretty good job clearing their sidewalks. Amina, you were asking how much snow on Friday. I'm not a meteorologist, but I did sleep in Holiday Inn Express last night. No, I'm kidding. That's a joke, if anyone got that. We are supposed to get snow Thursday night into Friday. How much? I think it's the last I heard was around the 2 to 3 inch area. But I know that they were working on updating that forecast tonight. So the very latest, tune in at 10 o'clock. I think pretty much at the top of our newscast at 10 o'clock tonight, they're going to have the updated forecast as they get it. So I think it's... I think someone is actually giving me some updated information. All right, 1 to 3 inches, we're being told. That is the very, very latest. So yeah, about that 2-inch range, 1 to 3 inches that we're being told. Yeah, it looks like we still have over 100, nearly 150 delays, some cancellations, but mostly 2-hour delays for school districts tomorrow. If you want to check it out, go to our website, fox29.com. Right on the front page, there's a story for all of the cancellations and delays tomorrow. But, it's a lot. Luckily, there's only a few closings tomorrow. I think it's mostly all delays. 2-hour delays. Also, if you're, we've been talking on driving around. And in Delaware, they actually have classifications. There's what they call a statewide level 1 driving warning tonight. It's not a ban. It means everyone's basically advised to stay off the roads unless necessary. And if you are driving, just be extra cautious. Delaware Department of Transportation says they will be treating roads overnight, just like PennDOT and New Jersey will be doing. They do say, as I was wondering about, they were telling us that rock salt does become less effective when the temperatures drop below 15 degrees. Excuse me. So right now it's working, but as it gets colder, the effectiveness of rock salt kind of decreases. So in Delaware, you have a statewide level 1 driving warning tonight, so be careful. So we're going to make our way back to I-95 area. We're going to probably cut off this feed in about 15 minutes and get ready for our 10 o'clock newscast. But we just wanted to give everyone, we always say, stay home, don't go out. So we took you along with us to show you the conditions on the roads. And this is, we are on 420 now, right above I-95. And this is what I've been seeing a lot of, is that, you know, right here on the road is fine, but right here off the road, still snow covered, and that is now ice. So be careful when you're on the medians. And you can see just right here where the ice kind of starts. And we're seeing it mostly along intersections and on-ramps and off-ramps like this. So we're heading on to I-95, where you'll probably see traffic move a little faster. That's because the salt trucks and plows have been out here all day. But still, you can still see there's patches here. Looks like there might be some sort of accident or not sure if that's weather related or not. We're along I-95 in Ridley Park, coming up to Essington, approaching the Philadelphia airport. And you could see speeds are pretty much regular driving speed, 55, 65 miles an hour. Checking in once again with the Philadelphia International Airport. Flights delayed, flights are canceled. More delays and cancellations by far than flights coming in or leaving on time. So if you're waiting for someone to come into the airport, you're headed there yourself, check those flights. And I also be checking tomorrow's flights too. Also checking traffic. Traffic, not really an issue right now. As you can see, roadways are pretty empty. "24 degrees near the Philadelphia International Airport. Hope you guys survived this storm, but yes, we are waiting for another storm to come in on Thursday night into Friday morning. That could be another day of school delays and possible cancellations. Kids, get ready. You might have another snow day. Some of the people waiting for flights, that is over there. It's the cell phone lot. We wanted to blow through the airport since we were nearby and we were talking about delays, we wanted to check it out. I know the busy part of the airport you cannot see from this vantage point, and that is the de-icing operations they have for flights coming in and leaving. It's a kind of a drive-by de-icing facility they have for planes. You can see these on-ramp. Look at this off-ramp. I mean, it's like, I'm surprised it's still this snow-covered this long after the snowfall. This is Philadelphia International Airport. We kind of looped around. Yeah, we had to actually kind of be careful coming around these turns.
Snuck up on me.
So we're coming into the arrival deck of Philadelphia International Airport, where there are many delays and many cancellations, and still a little snow covered here on the roadways in and out of the airport. You see people with the snow still on top of their roofs. I hope they remove that soon. We're going to go through the arrival deck here. So most likely these people coming into Philly International Airport on a delay, because as I was telling you, most flights in and out of Philadelphia International Airport are delayed tonight. Not just the weather here in Philly, but other places around the country, causing ripple effect delays, both arrivals and departures. And I know we actually we have a crew at the airport. I know we have another crew working the airport angle tonight. You'll see them at 10 o'clock as well. These people happy to get home. Not sure they're happy to get home to this weather. .23 degrees here at Philly International Airport. Most people coming here probably, depending on where they're coming from, a little shocked at the weather. Hopefully they get a nice warm car to get into. So we get back into leave the terminal area. So coming up tonight at 10 o'clock, we're going to be live from here, the Beast. We're going to talk to some drivers. We're going to get the latest on conditions, but you can see the conditions right there. An icy, messy commute no matter where you are across the area. Be careful out there while you're driving. We had a couple close calls, or at least one close call ourselves. And as I was saying, it's not so much the main roads, it's these secondary roads and even the shoulders that I have seen probably the most dangerous at this point. That's just all ice right there. That's just one sheet of ice on this shoulder. So make sure you take it slow and stay in the lanes. We saw, I don't want to say power outage, but utility lines down in Eddystone. Verizon crews were out at that, and you could see the visible ice hanging from the utility lines. As we get back onto southbound I-95. Not too many people on the roads. Making our way into Delaware County from Philly International Airport. Again, if you're on your way to work tomorrow morning, be sure to take a few extra minutes. not only warm your car up, make sure your driveway and sidewalks are clear, but also check in with Bob Kelly and Sue Serio in the morning in Fox 29 to give you the latest on your morning commute and the weather, and of course the more snow that's forecasted to come our way Thursday night into Friday morning. So there might be more of this on the way. After 716 or so days, we finally got some measurable snow, much to the delight of snow lovers and skiers and kids who want to spend a snow day out of school.